We now get to hear from another great person, 2022 NDSU alumnus, McKinley Weiers. Before graduating with a degree in accounting, McKinley actually served as a development intern at the Newman Center as well. And she quickly was starting to outshine Joe and I, so I had no choice but to fire her immediately. She was gone. No, she did amazing, and we were so happy and thrilled for her when she graduated and took a job with Bobcat. And so please help me welcome McKinley Weiers.
Okay, so good to be with you guys tonight. I just look around this room, the amount of people here tonight. I've been at some of these banquets, but oh my gosh, thank you to every single one of you that are here. This is an amazing event, and just the fact that there's so many people, I'll get to that in a moment. But to be with you tonight, I was a student at NDSU, as Brian said, and I was able to give a similar testimony as a student. And I'll kind of sum it up in 2 points. One being community, which Ryan and Father Cheney mentioned too. There's a community of like-minded students growing in mind with Christ. So great. And then the second is just, I had my faith coming into college, but it was something that my family didn't practice, my friends didn't practice. So coming to the Newman Center had given me that courage to take it home to my family, to take it to those I saw on the street, those I worked with on a day-to-day basis. But since becoming an alum and since leaving the Newman Center, I feel like I have a different appreciation for what the Newman Center is doing on a day-to-day basis. And I'll just share with you, so I work for a corporate company, as Brian mentioned, and I was recently at a women's conference, and the head speaker that was there for the day, her biggest message was, what is your brand? What is your personal brand? And I kind of paused and I asked the question, I mean, should our brand be the same as at work as it is in our personal lives? And the speaker said, yes, it should be. You should be who you are. It should be your brand. And so I kind of pondered it for a bit. And I came to the conclusion that the word brand wasn't quite on par, and it was more so your identity. And then I got thinking, it's not just your identity. And my brand, my identity, was a daughter of Christ. And I think the biggest thing that St. Paul's Newman Center does is they build that foundation, that your identity is a son or a daughter of Christ. Going into college, my idea was to get my degree, was to get the biggest and best job that I could, to work for the best company, doing the best thing, you name it, one after another. But what I soon learned when coming through the doors of St. Paul's Newman Center, at that time, the office complex that I look upon fondly, but I'm so glad that there's a church there today. But that it's more than just the 4 years that you spend at college, grab a diploma and leave. My biggest thing that I took away from the Newman Center now that I've left is that mission doesn't stop when you leave. Your mission is your day-to-day life. Your mission is those coworkers that you work with being who you are. Shout out to my handsome fiance I met at the Newman Center. Him and I can say to our coworkers, no, we don't live together before marriage. No, we are getting married in the Catholic Church. And man, are we open to having children someday. Just what is such a great blessing the Catholic Church is, and such a great blessing that the Newman Center is, to build a foundation. And as we just consider and ponder that, I mean, the fact I mentioned in the beginning that there's so many people here today, to share one more thing about what I've been praying with. And I don't know where it come from, but the Lord gave me the phrase, the gravity of a soul. So each and every one of us here today has a soul. Each and every single one of the students on the campus of NDSU has a soul. They have a parent, a brother, a sister. And there's 2 places that soul goes. And in realizing that identity, I've just come to realize that life is so much more than just getting the things done, and that the life is so much more about learning who Christ is. So thank you to St. Paul's Newman Center, and yes, thank you to Brian Wilburn and all of those you I met when I was doing development. It was a very pivotal moment in my life to learn how to tithe, and also to learn how to just recognize what a beautiful thing that St. Paul's Newman Center is doing here today. So thank you, and I just encourage you to ponder the impact that the Newman Center is having on you. Thank you.